welcome to my first video, first time ever posting on YouTube. So I am very excited for it. A little introduction to this channel. I'm going to be trying all sorts of different hobbies, pretty much anything that just comes to mind that I feel like posting on YouTube, and going to be making videos on it. I do a lot of crafts. I've been doing sewing a lot recently in the past couple years, so there's probably going to be a lot of that and anything crafty, creative related. I also have been getting into homebrewing past couple months, so that'll be something that I'm really excited to make videos on and get involved more in. So that goes into today's video. I am going to be making a dress that I saw in Ultra State and I tried on and I really liked it, but it didn't fit quite right. So I'm going to be making something kind of similar to what I saw in the store. I tried to find similar versions of this dress. I looked and found something kind of similar in Skims. Wasn't exactly what I was looking for at the time. And it was also sold out in the color that I wanted. So couldn't get that dress. So I got some fabric and I'm going to be trying to recreate that dress in the similar version to what I want. So let's jump into it. Okay, so this is my plan for the dress. I decided to make it about between knee length and ankle length with a slit along the side. And I also like the idea of doing somewhat of a sleeve with the idea that I could wear this dress in either the spring or the fall. And also on the right, this is a little messy, but I took my measurements. So something with the fabric that I'm using a brown nylon fabric that has a bit of stretch to it. And I estimated here that it was going to have about 3 inches of stretch per every 10 inch to start out with. So I decided to take a middle ground of about 1.5 inches of stretch. And I subtracted that ratio from my bust, waist, and hips measurement since it's going to stretch around those points while leaving the length and the shoulder measurement the same. So I took these measurements here and cut them in half since it's going to be folded over and did a rough sketch of what that body piece will look like. Also, I didn't have much of a plan for the sleeves right now because I don't really know how to make sleeves. I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna look at dresses I already have and hopefully it'll turn out okay. So now all these pieces are cut out and ready to pin together and sew. I also ironed these off camera, make it look better in the finished product. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sew all the way along this side of the dress up to the armhole. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but stop around here or the slit of the dress. And then I'm going to repin and I'm going to do the 2 top shoulder pieces and try it on and see how it fits. Also, I decided to do a little test piece to see if my sewing machine settings were good. So I did a zigzag stitch with low tension and a long stitch, which I like the way it stretches a lot. And I also just wanted to make sure it wasn't pulling the fabric in any weird way since I'd worked with stretchy fabrics before and had it all bunched up in weird ways. So this is looking like a good setting. First try on, I love it already. I love the way it fits around my waist and my hips. The only issue is the armholes. They are a little big and kind of stick out a bit. So I am going to take them in by just decreasing the shoulder right here near the edge. Then I'm going to be taking the armhole pieces. I'm going to hem them right now just because it'll be easier while it's flat. Then I shall fold them in half and also along this side here, and then I will attach it to the rest of the dress along here. Okay, so this is the dress with the sleeves all sewn on, which that went surprisingly well considering I was kind of winging it and I was just kind of tracing and copying off of the dress already own, so that worked well. Um, I also went ahead and I did the hem on the slit and the bottom. So I think I'm gonna just close up the slit maybe like an inch or so more, and then I also currently this is actually on backwards right now because when I originally had it, there was a bit in the back. It was popping up a little bit. So, but when I flip around the front around the back, it looks perfect now. So I don't know how that happened. I guess I didn't cut either the front or the back deep enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this neckline here. I'm gonna cut a little more out, and then I'm gonna add some fabric and sew around. So this is gonna be a little hard to explain. I'm gonna try to my best to describe what I did. But basically, I just took a thin strip of fabric, the same length as around my neckline, and I folded it over. Well, at first I sewed it together actually, so it's a loop. Then I folded it over once on this end, and then folded the sliver of fabric itself around the neckline, and now I'm gonna sew it together. So not the best or easiest explanation, but it's all gonna come together.